Hi there, Titans. My name is Paige, and today I will be showing you how to configure a dynamic email to be generated and sent via email to your users in Titan Web. So here is my example where my users will be filling out some information to register for something. They're going to fill out their first name, last name, date of birth, and email address. And then when they click submit, it's going to take them to this tab and let them know that they are going to receive a confirmation email shortly. And in that confirmation email is going to be a dynamic document that was generated via the fields that they submitted here. So the first step here in this process is to create the document. So here I have the template, and these fields are going to be pushed through Salesforce dynamically based on that contact they created on the first tab. So it's going to take that contact's full name, birth date, and then the full name again right here. Once your template is ready to go, then you can come over here, click on Preview, then Copy to Publish, choose Web, then you can choose which project this template will be integrated to. You can choose whether it's a new integration or you can update an existing template. Let's name the template. Perfect. And then just check to make sure that the filters have the parent object ID equal to the record ID. Then click Save and Publish. This is sending the template to our project in Titan Web. So now we can continue in Titan Web. The first thing that we need to do is look at our document generation settings. So go to Settings, then Tools, then Document Generation, and we can see a few different templates that I have created. The one that we just created is right here, Terms and Conditions Confirmation Email. I'm just going to go ahead and delete these other two since we are not working with those today. We can edit this template. In general, you can see the template that has been uploaded. If you need to re-download this template for any reason, you can click here. You can change the label of this template. Under record ID, we need to match this up to that parent ID that we mapped in the template. So we know that the contact will be created on that first tab, and then the contact ID will be passed into a global parameter that is the contact ID. And then they will use that contact ID to fill the template's fields. If you want to convert the docx to a PDF, you absolutely can, but you must choose how you will convert it. I will use the Titan 2 software. You can choose to go to Email and then Enable Email. If we want to create a dynamic file name, we can do that, but we need to create the parameter for that. So I will turn that off for now and click Apply and Close. Let me show you how I create that custom file name. Go to Custom Variables, go to String, and we're going to create a new string variable. I'm going to call this file name. Then we can configure it, and I want this custom file name to be the contact's first name that they submitted, and then I'm going to do a space, then I'm going to say last name, space, then I'm going to type terms and conditions. So when that file is emailed to them, it's going to have their first name and their last name and that file name, and then it's going to say terms and conditions. We do not need to map it to anything, so we can click Apply, Apply. Let's go ahead and save it, and then let's resume what we were doing in the document generation. So we can go to document generation. Let's edit this again. You can see that all of our work is still there. And we'll go back to email, choose dynamic file name, and then I can choose the parameter file name that I just created. Now we can click Apply. and close. The next thing that we need to do is generate the email on submit. So when they click here, we want one of the on-click actions to be that they will receive the email. We want this to happen after the contact is created. So rule number 1 is the contact being created, and then it passes the contact ID through the parameter. Rule number 2 is that it's going to go to the next tab. And then rule number 3 is that email that we want to send. So we go to Configure New Action, choose Send Email, go to the Setting wheel. We can create a new email. Let's give it a name. I'm going to call it Confirmation Email, and this is just for our backend. Your users will not see the name of this. The recipient, we want this to go to the email that they submitted. So I'm going to choose Field and find that email field. CC, you can choose to have somebody CC'd on the email, and that can be a field or something that's static and constant. Same with BCC. And if you want the user to be able to reply to that email and it go to like a custom email address, we can do that as well. So I want my users to be able to reply and for me to receive that email at titan@formtitan.com. Perfect. Now let's choose how we want to send this. We can choose to send it through Titan or Salesforce. If you choose to send it through Salesforce, you have to choose between an organization email, which you may not have set up yet. So go into your Salesforce website, then go into Setup. You can type in organization-wide addresses in the search bar, and that will take you here, where you're able to add an organization-wide email. I would choose to allow all profiles to use this form address and then enter the address and click Save. Once that is done, then you'll be able to choose to send this email via Salesforce. Or you can have it sent through Titan and choose to have a custom name as the sender. Now let's set the content for this email. We can choose the subject and the body. For the subject, I'm just going to make this be called Registration Complete. But then the body, I actually want this to be more dynamic than just a standard email. I want to be able to include their first name and their last name. And so I need to make another parameter just like we did with that file name. So for now, I'm just going to say hi. So I'm able to save it. Close, apply, apply. Let's go ahead and save too. And then we'll go back into our custom variables. Go to Tools, Custom Variables. It's another string variable because we want to be able to include both string text and fields from our form. So I'm going to call this one email body, and then choose configure. So my email is going to say hi, first name, space, last name, your registration is complete. Please review the terms and conditions attached. Perfect. Again, we do not need to map this to anything, so I'm going to click Apply, Apply, Save, and then return to our email settings. You can return by either following the click actions that we were just on. You can also see your email settings by going to Tools and going to Emails. So here is that confirmation email that we were working on before. Let's go back to Content where we left off. I'm going to change the body to a field and then select that parameter that I created, email body. Next is the attachment. So we are now able to select the attachment that we want to be in the email, and I can click Apply. close, save. Now we have it all set up so that when they click this button, they will create the contact, it will go to the next tab, and then it's going to email that contact with the confirmation and terms and conditions. So let's test this out. I'm going to use my email, press submit. So they get this lovely message, and then I can check my email. So the last thing I want to be sure of before we test, go into the action, choose send email, and then we must make sure that we have selected the email that we want to send to the user. So we're going to click close, apply, save. Now we have configured everything we need to. Whenever they select this button, it will create the contact, it will go to the next tab, and then it will send the selected email to the email address in this field. So let's test it. So we have received this lovely message. Refresh your mail. And there we have it. It says, "Hi, Bobby Wilkerson. Your registration is complete. Please review the terms and conditions attached." And we can see that the document was converted to a PDF. It has dynamically assigned the name of the document, first name, last name, terms and conditions. In the document, we have his first name and last name, his date of birth, and then his full name over here. And when we close out of this, we can see that when we reply, we are able to reply to titan@formtitan.com. We can also see that it was BCC'd or CC'd to titan@formtitan.com. So I hope that this tutorial helped and will allow you to send very dynamic documents to your users via Titan Web. Thank you for watching.